Good evening. I hereby call this regular meeting of the Nacogdoches ISD Board of Trustees by video conference to order. A quorum of board members is present. Since we're all together tonight, we won't do a roll call, if that's okay with you guys. All right. On March the 16th, Governor Greg Abbott granted a request by Attorney General Ken Paxton to temporarily suspend the limited number of open meetings laws to the extent necessary to allow for telephone or video conference meetings in response to the coronavirus. In accordance with those suspended rules, we certify the following. Notice of this meeting has been posted online for 72 hours. Although members of the board are not gathered in a central physical location, we are gathered in a central physical location, forgive me, and we do have a quorum in attendance at this meeting by video conference. We are meeting by use of Zoom software, which allows two-way communication for members of the public. As we would at any in-person meeting, members of the public who follow the instructions on the meeting notice for registering to speak during the public comment portion will have that opportunity. If you would like to provide comment at a future meeting conducted by video conference, please follow instructions on the meeting notice. All other meeting procedures will adhere to board adopted procedures to the extent practical. An audio recording of this meeting is being made and will be made available to the public at a later date. Zoom software allows for people to view and interact. We apologize in advance for any unforeseen technical difficulties and ask for your patience as we navigate those. If you have any questions about these suspended laws, please call the Office of the Attorney General at 888-672-6787 or by email at toma@oag.texas.gov. The board will now conduct an executive closed session to discuss the items posted on our agenda pursuant to the following provisions of the Texas Open Meeting Act and as allowed by Texas Government Code sections 551.071, 551.074, and 551.129. No voting will take place in the closed meeting. Any action the board wishes to take as a result of discussions in closed session will take place after the board reconvenes in open session. It is now 5:04 p.m. and we will reconvene in open session at approximately 6 p.m. The board is now reconvening into open session at 6:13 p.m. I will ask the Reverend Urban if he would give tonight's invocation.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Father, we thank you. We give you praise. Thank you for the opportunity to gather and to transact the business on behalf of this awesome staff and our teachers and students and all of those that make up the employ of this school district. We ask for your guidance as we go through this meeting, and may all we do give you glory. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. That takes us to Superintendent Announcements. Dr. Trujillo has a few items to report for us this evening.
Absolutely, some exciting things that are out there. Nacogdoches High School was named last week to Stephen F. Austin's University's newly unveiled Distinguished High School Program, an opportunity that will both improve and simplify access for students seeking to continue their education at Stephen F. Austin following high school graduation. The program will also provide additional financial assistance for graduates in the top 25% of the graduating class. This is an incredible opportunity for our students that will both increase access to and simplify the process of attending college. We're grateful to SFA's willingness to include Nacogdoches ISD in its Distinguished High School Program, a move that will only improve upon the partnership that's already proven fruitful to Nacogdoches. Thank you very much, SFA, for that. So I don't know if we want to give them Also, Nacogdoches High School's One Act Play won their district contest just prior to spring break and took part this week in the next level of the UIL competition. The group's performance of the Ball Soprano swept the top honors in Lufkin's earlier this month, and including our 4 All-Star Cast Awards and an Honor Crew Award for Best Technical Student. Yesterday in Texarkana at the bi-district competition, NHS won 2 All-Star Cast Awards. An honorable mention All-Star Cast, 1 Tech Award, and Honor Crew. Overall, they finished 3rd, and NHS is the first alternate of advancing play. Way to go to the one-act play at NHS. They did a great job. And Coach, you like this one? Nacogdoches High School men's soccer team has a Class 5A by-district playoff at 7 p.m. tomorrow against Mount Pleasant. The game is also being played at Mount Pleasant. The Dragons have had a great season and take a 15-5-5 record into Friday's playoff match. Congratulations to the NHS soccer team and good luck tomorrow in Mount Pleasant to all of you. And finally, also at 7 p.m. tomorrow, McMichael Middle School one-act play will perform its award-winning first place show, The Hallmark of Horror, and a whirlwind tour through the mainstays of everything creepy and scary.
Oh.
So look forward to that. And spring is such a wonderful time in schools, even during this difficult year of pandemic. I'm grateful for all the hard work of our students, our teachers, and our staff in the classroom. UIL events, fine arts, athletic competitions, these are all truly great accomplishments by our students and our staff. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Next on our agenda is student recognition, and I will call on Mr. Les Lineberger to make tonight's presentation.
Thank you. Good evening, President Fitch, board members, Dr. Trujillo. I think it's safe to say this has been a long time coming. It is a pleasure to have NISD students join us tonight via Zoom. The first group we're recognizing is quite familiar. We've got members of the Nacogdoches High School swim team that qualified for the state swimming and diving meet last month. Also on the Zoom is NHS swim coach, Carrie Scroggins, who will introduce 5 members of the swim team. Coach Scroggins?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for allowing this chance for me to introduce the swimmers to you. They've had a great season. The whole team has with our district championship, but 5 boys have been outstanding, qualifying for the state meet. And they've formed 2 relays, the 200 and 400 free relay, and ended up finishing 11th and 12th in the state of Texas. So I'm extremely proud of them. So I'm going to introduce you. I believe they are all on except for one who is at work right now and couldn't make it. But Zach Fickus is our senior and captain. Tread Woodard is a junior. Daniel Chandler is a junior. Alistair Jackson is a sophomore. And William Henson is a sophomore. And I'm super proud of these guys. I'm looking forward to more accomplishments from them next year. Our senior will move on and swim in college at the College of Worcester in Ohio. That's Zach Fickus. And the others we hope to see back at state next year. Also wanted to give a quick shout out to our assistant coach, Chris Moody, who's at a track meet right now, who played a big part in our success this year. So thank you.
All right. Congratulations, Coach, and it sounds like you've got some strong swimmers coming up the next few years. That's very exciting. Zach, can you hear us? Are you with us?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you guys.
Oh,
There he is.
hey there. It's good to see you, Zach. Congratulations on signing with Worcester. Can you tell us what you're going to be studying while you're there?
I haven't decided yet. I'm looking at possibly education or psychology, just because those seem the most interesting to me so far.
Well, wonderful. Well, best of luck. Board members, you want to have any words for Zach?
Congratulations, Jack.
And
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you. And for the rest of those swim team members, we look forward to seeing you guys back at state next year, and hopefully back this time next year at a board meeting. Maybe we'll get to be in person next year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Good job, Carrie.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, thank you very much, Coach. I appreciate that. Now I'd like to introduce Kristen Thomas, UIL coordinator at Nacogdoches High School. Ms. Thomas is joined by NHS students Stuart Beal and Nissa Galatas. Both Stuart and Nissa qualified for the UIL State Congress competition. Ms. Thomas?
Thank you for having us. We're super proud of Stuart and Nissa this year.
for advancing to state in Congress. Stewart finished with a 7th place win in the state of Texas overall for 5A. Stewart and NISA also placed second in CX, which any other year, not a COVID year, would have had them at state. For the CX competition, Stewart is a graduating senior. NISA is a junior. So we're looking for a partner and a return for NISA next year.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Stuart, are you with us tonight?
I am.
Hi, you want to share with us what you're a senior? Congratulations. What are your future plans, sir?
I will be attending Columbia University and studying sociology.
Wow. Congratulations,
Did
sir.
you say sociology?
Yes, sociology.
That's my minor.
Awesome. Thank
Wonderful. Well, we look forward to seeing the great things you're going to do, sir.
Best wishes.
Good luck.
Good job.
Way to go.
And Anissa, we will hopefully see you back here next year as well, and look forward to seeing and hearing from you your senior year. Mr. Linebarger?
All right, congratulations, Stuart and Nissa, and thank you very much, Ms. Thomas. And finally, up next is NISD Director of Fine Arts, Paulette Tomlinson. The month of March holds a number of recognitions related to fine arts and education. So here's Ms. Tomlinson with an update on NISD's programs.
I knew I was going to forget something. There we go. Good evening, President Fitch, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Trujillo. I am so excited to have the chance to speak with you tonight. My name is Paulette Tomlinson, and I'm in my second year of what I consider the best job in the world, the Director of Fine Arts here at Nacogdoches ISD. I'm here tonight to celebrate our incredible fine arts programs and share some facts with you and our school community. Nationwide, March has been designated as a month to celebrate the fine arts in schools. It is a chance for us to highlight the impact that school dance, music, theater, and visual art programs have on students, teachers, families, and communities across the United States. We are so lucky in Nacogdoches to have opportunities for our students in all of these disciplines. The fine arts are a critical part of every student's education for a multitude of reasons, but some of the most notable are outlined here. In Texas, the arts and culture industry generates an incredible amount of revenue each year. 1 in 15 jobs in Texas is within the creative sector. Additionally, the fine arts do great things for our students' development. Students in the fine arts hone social and emotional skills such as creativity, innovation, problem solving, communication, and collaboration, and have significantly better attendance at school than the average student, the equivalent of an additional week. Here in NISD, we strongly believe in fine arts because we can provide our students and community with the complete experience. When we were all stuck at home this time last year, the fine arts helped bridge the space between home and school. We are breaking through as a leader in East Texas in fine arts education because of our vibrant programs, and we've merely scratched the surface of our potential. All of the arrows are pointing in the right direction, as you will see from our accomplishments over the past year. Now, it would take me all night to go over every single accomplishment our programs have achieved, and Mr. Linebarger said that I could only have 5 minutes, so I'm just going to highlight a few. We were named a 2020 National Association of Music Merchants Best Community for Music Education, as well as a Texas Art Education Association District of Distinction, which places us in the top tier of arts programs nationally. Within our individual programs, we've had a ton of accomplishments despite the challenges this school year has presented. The band has continued their tradition of excellence at Marching UIL, Solo and Ensemble, Region Band, and All-State Band, and looks forward to great performances at Concert UIL next month. Choir has had an incredible year, with top marks at Solo and Ensemble, as well as numerous students placing in the all-region choirs. They also put together and presented NISD's very first virtual choir concert, which was a fantastic production. Our elementary music teachers are where it all begins. Every NISD elementary student learns to read, make, and appreciate music in their classrooms. Ms. Teal's pre-K students at Carpenter can identify a composer's work just by listening. Ms. Cifuentes' students at BQJ performed a musical Valentine with egg shakers, and Ms. O'Pride's reggae choir performed virtually for Rotary Club back in December. The high school drill team took numerous first place honors and caption awards at their recent regional contest, including the Super Sweepstakes Trophy, and put on a successful Christmas spectacular with cheerleading back in December that was entirely choreographed by students. Now, our accomplishments are not only limited to awards. Our cheerleaders have represented NISD extremely well within the community, including providing Thanksgiving meals to families in need. Our theater programs are on fire. All 3 one-act plays placed in every single UIL contest they entered. McMichael and Mike Moses placed first and second respectively, and NHS placed first at district, advanced to bi-district, and was named the alternate to region yesterday. They also won Honor Crew, the highest award a technical theater team can earn at UIL at both district and bi-district, as well as numerous individual acting awards. Our visual arts students have also been recognized with top marks at the Region Visual Arts Scholastic event, with one student advancing to state base and receiving top marks last spring. Our middle and elementary artists will be competing this coming weekend, and we expect they will do very well. In honor of Youth Art Month, NISD student artwork was selected to hang at the state capitol last March in Austin. Our elementary art teachers set up our artists for success from the very beginning. Ms. Ware's Fredonia Elementary students created artworks in the style of Georgia O'Keeffe. Ms. Whitney's BQJ students completed a school-wide collaborative artwork, and Ms. Braun's Carpenter students can use art vocabulary as young as pre-K. I want to take this opportunity to recognize the incredible teachers I am lucky enough to work with. They have made miracles happen since this time last year, and they impress me daily with their dedication to our students and their art. When you see these teachers, please thank them for all they do in our students' lives and for the NISD community. This is our elementary art and music team, our middle school team, and our high school, oh, wrong way, and our high school team. Now, to conclude, I want to leave you with something we talk about in our fine arts team a great deal, the why. These are direct quotes from our NISD fine arts teachers. At the core of every culture, you find the arts. The arts cross every language barrier. They teach humanity and tolerance in a difficult world. We are so lucky to have the support we do here in Nacogdoches from you, the school board, from our district leaders, from our parents, from our partners at SFA, and from the Nacogdoches community. We couldn't do it without you. We look forward to continuing our forward trajectory and making you proud. Thank you.
Ms. Tomlinson, thank you so much for that presentation, and know that the board is very supportive of the arts program and the great things that you're doing to continue to build on a wonderful tradition that we have here. And I couldn't help but think about, particularly on, well, it's music as well as the visual arts. You know, SFA's got such strong programs, and Nacogdoches has such strong programs. It's just a great partnership, and I'm proud for Nacogdoches to have that glowing reputation. Thank you for your work.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Thank you so much.
Ms. Tomlinson, I can say that the play at the high school was professionally absurd. And what was most pleasing is all the hand motions and the eyes of the mask. But the hardest thing to believe was that East Texans can speak British English. That really is absurd. But it was wonderful. Although I never saw the ball soprano. I don't know where that was.
Thank you. Yes, they did a great job. We're really proud of them.
Some of those quotes were just wonderful, and I was having to do speed reading to see them. And I know that the public can view this later and maybe pause, but it would be great if we could somehow load this onto our webpage so that people could visit it again and really take it in, because y'all, we've had a great year. Congratulations.
Absolutely. And the quotes are all on our NISD Fine Arts website. So if you click to our page from the main page of the website, you can see them.
Okay, everybody hear that? It's on the Fine Arts webpage.
Any other comments? Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Mr. Linebarger, do you have anything else for us tonight?
No, ma'am. Thank you very much, Ms. Fitch.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you organizing that. Okay, that'll take us to the public comment portion of our meeting. Those wishing to address the board had emailed a request to the district administration by 11 a.m. today. If you're interested in speaking at a future meeting, please follow the directions as they're written on the meeting notice. We do have one request to speak tonight. There is a 3-minute time limit for addressing the board, and Board Secretary Mindy Winslow will keep time for us tonight. Hannah Van Horn, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna start my timer too, just to make sure that's all right. Okay. All right. Good evening. My name is Hannah Sowards Van Horn, and I teach 5th grade science at TJR. I'm also the proud product of Nacogdoches ISD. I graduated in 2010, and my dad previously served as a board member. This is my 2nd year teaching with the district and 6th overall. Teaching is in my blood and in my heart, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to create tangible change and build lasting relationships each day with my students. I'm speaking tonight because I'm disappointed that we will not be nominating a Teacher of the Year for our schools and district. I was sad that this decision was made without the consideration of the people it impacts. I have called several of the surrounding districts in our area, and all of them are participating in this prestigious award, despite the additional challenges this school year has brought. Educators are inherently resilient and have reflected the values we have as a district even more this year. I agree, this is the year of the teachers, but it's also the time to really celebrate the work individuals have done to make their classes engaging, joyous, and rigorous, despite the extra challenges this school year has brought. I believe we can make all teachers feel special and rewarded for their hard work during this trying time, while also selecting a teacher who has exceeded expectations to represent us from each campus. Acknowledging and uplifting the success of one individual does not lessen the contributions made by us as a whole. Tamla Taylor, Teresa Garcia, Lauren Schrader, and Christina Shepard are just a few who would be amazing representations of what this award exemplifies. And I can't help but think one of these women will be missing out on the recognition that they deserve. But it's not too late. We still have time. Some schools have just sent out the ballots last week and others haven't voted yet. Please consider allowing us to nominate a Teacher of the Year. Nacogdoches ISD has some of the best educators. I know this firsthand. We need to recognize the successes of the teachers who have gone above and beyond this school year and celebrate them. I want to end by acknowledging each of you for your hard work and dedication. Also, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for that bonus. And thanks to you, I feel like Lufkin ISD stepped it up, and my husband got an extra $1,000 last month. So I have you to thank for 2 bonuses. I have loved this school year, and I'm grateful to be a part of this district. I would invite you to stop by my classroom to meet my wonderful students, but because of restrictions, we'll have to wait until next year, but please know that you are welcome anytime. So thank you for allowing me this opportunity to openly express my opinion, and thank you for taking the time to listen.
Thank you so much, Hannah. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to take us to our consent agenda. Unless removed from the consent agenda, all items listed will be acted on with one motion. If there's a board member who wishes to discuss an item on the consent agenda separately, please indicate the agenda letter and it will be set aside for further discussion and a separate vote. Hearing none, we'll open the floor for a motion.
Madam President, I move the board approve the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Neermond. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Reverend Irvin. Any discussion? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you so much. We have one item on the action agenda for tonight, the consideration of a purchase of a district police vehicle. Mrs. Barbara.
Good evening, President Fitch, board members, Superintendent Trujillo. I want to begin this discussion with an apology. Last Monday, I stated that there were no local vendors that outfitted police vehicles, and that was incorrect. We do have local vendors. And in the meantime, between Monday and tonight, we reached out and we received a quote, which you have in your packet. So the quote that we are recommending is off of Byboard. It is from Dodge City for $37,624. And I will take any questions you have and do the best I can to answer.
Thank you, Mrs. Barber. Do we have any questions? Okay. You know, I may make one comment, and I understand that that I appreciate. I want to thank you for reaching out to our local vendors and giving them an opportunity to be a part of the process. That is the desire, I think, in the heart of this board, is just to give every opportunity and to be proactive as we can to shop local as much as possible. While we also realize that at times there may be specifics that carry us out of town for business, but thank you for doing your due diligence on that. I appreciate it. I'll open the floor for a motion.
Madam President, this is Coach Newman. I move the board approve the purchase of new vehicle for police department on a price of $37,624.
Thank you, Mr. Nearmont. Do we hear a second?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Reverend. Any discussion?
And as I understand, this is our practice that in the future we would reach our local vendors and get a price code and compare with the others.
Correct. All right. Any more discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. All right, well, that moves us to reports, and it's in addition to fine arts, we have another wonderful group to celebrate this month, and that's our social workers. And Dr. Hill, I believe you have a presentation for us.
Yes, ma'am, I do. Thank you, President Fitch, board members, Dr. Trujillo. And yes, you're exactly correct. We've got another amazing group to recognize this tonight. And so I'm pleased to discuss with them or have them present because March is also a social worker month. And we just want to celebrate them and thank them so much for all of their hard work and their dedication to our students as well as to our families. So I know you guys don't necessarily want to hear from me, and I want to hear from Lauren Seja. So Lauren, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, just a moment while I share my screen. All right, can y'all see that?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so thank you, Dr. Hill. Good evening, President Fitch and Board of Trustees and Superintendent Trujillo. I'm Lauren Ivy Seja. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I work at McMichael Middle School and McMoses Middle School. And I just wanted to thank you all for the opportunity to share about NISD social work services and all of the work that myself and my wonderful colleagues are doing to support NISD students, staff, and families. So as school social workers, our jobs are to help families, students, and staff navigate challenges that they face that might get in the way of students learning. This could be with helping with basic needs like finding uniforms or food, intervening during a crisis, teaching students skills to cope with anger, sadness, leading a group for students about healthy relationships, hosting parent workshops, or even facilitating staff trainings. Skills of social workers are broad and varied, and we are able to assess the needs of our campuses, students, families, and staff, and develop targeted interventions to meet those needs. As you all know, we have 6 social workers working for our district. We have Ruby Ramon. She is the lead social worker. She works at the high school in Malcolm Rector and is also our district homeless liaison. We have Keisha Tutt, who works at Carpenter and Fredonia, Ashley Helmer at BQJ, myself, I'm at both middle schools, and I'm also the district foster care liaison, Katie Mungia at Regay, and Tamisha Santana at Nettie and TJR. Over the past 2 school years, NISD has added 1 full-time social work position at BQJ and made 2 permanent, 2 grant-funded positions permanent positions. NISD is progressive in this aspect. Many districts do not have school social workers, and if you do see them, they're typically in cities, bigger cities. There are 2 districts in East Texas besides us that have social workers, and Lufkin ISD, which is a bigger district than ours, only has 1 social worker serving their entire district. Nacogdoches ISD has recognized the benefit of school social work for our students and families, but also for staff and schools in our entire community. Social workers in schools lead to student success, which has a positive exponential impact on our community. So in the first semester of this school year, NISD social workers have served almost 1,000 students and their families. Our top 6 identified needs are the ones that you see here. There are others too, like health needs, hygiene, pregnancy, but these are the ones that we have spent the majority of our time working on during the first semester. So our top 2 referrals are academic concerns and basic needs. Basic needs support includes accessing water and food, clothing, utilities, and rent support. And both of these make up 20% of the referrals that we received in the first semester each. Next, we have 3 tied for second at 10% each, which are attendance concerns, both face-to-face and virtual attendance, behavioral and emotional concerns, which includes behavior support, mental health support, extreme anger, sadness, grief, helping students cope with those things, and then holiday assistance. So finding food for breaks for families, Christmas assistance, and coordinating with agencies to provide gifts and food and clothing and shoes for Christmas break. And then finally, we have homelessness, which means families' living situations are not fixed, regular, or adequate, and social adjustment concerns like peer issues, transitioning back to face-to-face learning, social skills support, mediation, those kinds of things. Those make up 7% each of the referrals that we receive. For all of these identified needs, we as social workers provide targeted interventions like family support, individual and group services, intensive case management, all to ensure that families and students are receiving the support that they need and the services that they need. So over the course of the last several months, we have provided COVID-related support to over 350 families and 10 staff members. So what you see on the screen is from our qualitative data. These are the COVID-related needs that we have supported families and staff with. So this could be like supporting staff and students with the loss of a loved one due to COVID, basic needs support like finding food, uniforms, paying rent and utilities due to higher rates of unemployment in our community, helping students and families navigate quarantine with issues related to being able to access food or basic supplies like toilet paper, getting devices when NISD didn't have devices at the beginning of the school year, or helping them figure out ways to access internet. And then also helping families apply for benefits like unemployment, Medicaid, and SNAP. A lot of these things, except for the quarantine related issues, are things that we have always done, but because of COVID, the need has not only increased, but it is more long-term and it's more severe than it has been in the past. And then during the last snowstorm, the week of February 15th, we supported over 175 families and 22 staff members with accessing food, clean water, heaters, blankets, sleeping bags, and then also applying for disaster SNAP, so disaster food stamps, and FEMA. As many of you may have also experienced yourselves, there was widespread damage to the homes of our families and our staff. As of last week, some of our staff members and families didn't have running water or hot water still. In addition to case management that we're providing for those families and staff members, we were also able to coordinate with generous donations from churches and the local community, NISD campuses and staff, an extensive water and food drive that we went out into the community and provided all of those things to our families. I quickly just want to touch on some of the specific things that we're doing on campuses to support students, families, and staff. We have campus-specific virtual parent support groups happening on some elementary campuses and one of the middle school campuses. A couple of years ago, we had talked to you about Expect to Respect, which is a healthy relationships curriculum. We were able to purchase that this year, and we're piloting groups on 3 elementary campuses and 1 elementary campus with a total of 9 groups. Student groups right now, and we plan to expand that to all campuses next school year. We're also facilitating other groups such as social skills groups for middle schoolers and motivation groups for high school students to support them with finishing out the school year. At one middle school campus, myself and the counselors have created a comprehensive social emotional learning program where students get social emotional support each morning during breakfast and every Friday afternoon during advisory. On 2 campuses, we are coordinating a fresh vegetable distribution that actually began today in collaboration with the East Texas Food Bank. The first one was today at BQJ. It's on the 4th Thursday of each month. And then it will be at McMichael on the 2nd Friday of each month, beginning on April 9th. At the elementary, middle school, and high school levels, the social workers have coordinated comprehensive school-wide educational campaigns on topics such as domestic violence, teen dating violence, gratitude, kindness, and body safety. And we collaborate with community partners on some of these, like Harold's House and the Family Crisis Center. Just for the sake of time, I just want to touch on the Empowering Parents program because there is a session coming up at the end of April. Empowering Parents is a district-wide parenting support program that's being offered by Katie Mungia, the social worker at Reggae. Her next one is on April 27th at 8 a.m. at Student Support Services. It's for any parent, any NISD parent. And the topic is From Bullies to Besties, Helping Kids Build Healthy Relationships. So I just want to thank you for your time today. I want to wish my fellow social workers, including Mr. Montoya, a happy Social Work Month. If there are any parents who are watching this who need social work services, please contact your designated campus social worker by phone or by email. You can always call your child's campus and request to speak to the social worker, or go to the NISD webpage, select department, and then social work, and then scroll down to the pictures and click request services. Thank you and have a great evening.
Oh, if I may, Madam President, I can't keep quiet, of course, you know, because I'm a social worker, and you know how social work is so dear to my heart. I can't imagine, Lauren, how you as social workers that have to deal with the pandemic, with putting yourselves in harm's way to help other kids. But I think that shows the kind of people that we are as social workers. We're going to help any way that we can, however we can. And I certainly want to give you the thanks from the bottom of my heart, because you guys are worth your weight in gold. And I've always told every superintendent that I've known since I worked for the school district that we needed more social workers. And we have more social workers than we did when I first came, because there was only 2 of us when I first started working for the district. So I would like to see social workers in all the schools, and that would be a goal before I leave the school district, to see if we can do that. But you guys are just awesome. And I know that teachers depend on you. I know that principals depend on you guys. And thank you for your hard work, and happy Social Work Month to all of you guys. And thank you for your hard work.
Thank you.
Thank you for those words. Anyone else?
I'd like to thank you for being special, professional people that are meeting real needs in a way that no one else can do that. And we do appreciate it that you're focusing these needs towards driving students. And when you help our students, you help our teachers help their students. So it's all interconnected, and we're glad you're on this driving team. We need you. Thank you.
I might just add to that, just the timing of this is just kind of amazing. Just in the last, this was about 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to meet a young man who was at Nacogdoches High School, who, as I started talking to him, discovered he would have been homeless, and he reached out to a social worker, a school district social worker, and they arranged for him to find housing. They arranged to make sure that he had transportation to be able to get to school, and that he had access to meals. And that intervention is going to help that young man stay in school and graduate. So awesome. One student at a time. Thank you guys for your work. Guys, that takes us to the very last item on our agenda. I'll entertain a motion.
This is Mindy Winslow, and I move that we adjourn.
We have a motion by Mrs. Winslow. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Reverend. Thank you, Reverend. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you all.